In the welterweight division at UFC Fight Night, you got Josh Quinlan taking on Trey Waters. Now, Quinlan comes in undefeated at 6-0. Waters 7-1. American versus American. This should be an interesting fight. Now, Trey Waters is 6'5". He's got a 5-inch height advantage over the 6 feet tall Quinlan, and that's a very tall fighter in the welterweight division. He's also got a 5-inch reach advantage, 77-72. Both guys fight right-handed. Both guys very active. Quinlan 5.5 significant strikes per minute to 4.7 for Trey Waters. So both guys, again, very active, and you're not seeing a lot of takedowns from both of these fighters. So Quinlan, and both guys don't have a lot of fights in the UFC, but Quinlan KO'd Jason Witt in his first UFC fight. It didn't take long at all. 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the fight. The odd part is he had a no contest against Logan Urban in Dana White's Contender Series and still got the opportunity to fight in the UFC. So he's 1-0 in the UFC. On the other hand, Trey Waters lost to Gabriel Bonfim, who we know is a pretty good fighter, via submission at Dana White's Contender Series. So could we be tricked here? I mean, Trey Waters lost at the Contender Series. Quinlan came into the UFC, got a win by KO. So are we being tricked here? Right? Is Trey Waters really better than we think because he lost to Bonfim? I don't think so. And yes, we could be tricked here. We could be duped. But the bottom line is Josh Quinlan is undefeated right now for a reason. He did have the no contest Dana White's Contender Series, but then you come into the UFC and you KO a UFC fighter, and that's going to make headlines. That's going to open people's eyes, and that's what it's done for Quinlan. So we're not being duped. Josh Quinlan is just that good. Now, will he rise to be a top 5 welterweight? Things of that nature, that remains to be seen. But he's definitely going to beat Trey Waters in this one. I look for Josh Quinlan to get a finish in this fight as well. But again, he's fighting a guy that's 5 inches taller than him. So he's going to be punching upward. And he's not big on the takedowns, which is what happened to Trey Waters at the Contender Series, right? When you're fighting a taller guy, you can shoot in for takedowns, get the head on the hip, etc. So that's not Josh Quinlan's game, or at least we haven't seen that yet. So can he get a KO over a taller fighter? Will the reach disadvantage cause him problems? We'll see. But I'm still picking Quinlan to get through all that and move to 7-0. Of course, this isn't my opinion. I like the KO finish. We'll see. Welterweight division, UFC Fight Night.